Fuck, it says I'm live already. Shit. Right, I was going to wait for a few more minutes. It's what they call the 25th of December, so today is Christmas Day. And I have been waiting for this moment to crack open a beer for so long. I feel like my legs might have dropped off. I don't know. So this is I feel bad, like, geez, I really feel bad, I feel so sorry. I've been looking and looking and looking across the internet to find somebody who could actually give a decent rebuttal against the flat earth. I've been looking, and it is 7:27 p.m. here on Christmas evening in New South Wales, Australia, of course, because 25, 12, 23, we're a little bit maybe more advanced than some of the more behind countries. But I'm not going to allow a few hours to give me a bias to make me think that I'm more superior because, okay. So I have been searching and searching and searching for days and days and days and maybe some amount of hours to just find some globe believer, someone who believes we live on a spinning ball hurting through the vacuum of space, to provide something of substantial evidence for me to believe in it. G'day, old Beck from Oz. It's great to see you. Merry Christmas, my sister. Glad you'll make it. This is just a totally ad lib. I've been trying not to go online all day, and I just feel I have to. I've searched and searched the internet for anybody that can prove that the globe is substantial and existent. And the best I could find, I shit you not, it's a guy who rides a bicycle. Let's have a look for him. I've also got one here of Mr. Sniffs and Balls or whatever is that. I can't read. My eyes aren't working very well. It's Christmas evening. I've had a couple of these. In fact, there is a guy. I think this is it. He looks a bit crazy. We'll open this one up.
Every 10 Americans say that they believe that the earth is flat or that they at least have their doubts that it's round.
Can you believe it? Somebody put a hair all the way in my mouth. This is what you do just to waste a bit of time, so that you know for sure you're not going to get a greater than 60 to 40% ratio of their content. So this guy, he seems like a really nice fellow, I got nothing against him. He seems cool. He's going to an airport. He's really doing what you do, like.
I'm going to test that. I'm going to test if the earth is flat or not. And to do that, I actually need to go somewhere where it's super flat.
I've been waiting for somebody who would actually come along and test it. This is gold to me. So, Merry Christmas. It looks a bit flat. Hello, West Coast.
So that's why I'm going to Regina, Saskatchewan in Canada, and I'm going...
In fact, in the English language, we would say that Regina. Thank you very much. It's a little bit...
To measure and calculate the size of the earth using just my bicycle and 2 sticks. This is not a joke. I'm here with Casey at the Saskatchewan Science Centre, and we've got 2 identical sundials set up. Right now, since they're in the same place, the shadows are the same length. But I'm going to be leaving one of them here with you, Casey. You ready?
This is awesome.
Okay. And he is going to set it up
I have actually been waiting all my life to see somebody prove the curvature of the earth with two sticks. And this guy who believes he's out of my English, I do not mean to say a rude word, but good storm going on. He says Regina. Regina, mate, Regina.
On this very spot,
Fucking
right
hail,
here.
man.
And
That's what that
I'm
is.
taking the
Hey, that's what that is. That's fucking hail. That's giant fucking rocks of hail. Oh well. I guess it was our turn to mention.
other sundial, and I've strapped it to my bike. And I'm going to bike down
video.
that road right there. And that road is the reason that I've come all of the way to Saskatchewan, because that
Saskatchewan.
road is
Big word.
perfectly straight for somewhere around 140 kilometers. And I've come to measure that distance on my bike. Okay.
I can actually do a curvature calculation of that on my phone if I wanted to, because 140 kilometers actually works out in the same way that if you were to do it in miles. All you have to do is multiply it by 8, or 140 squared by 8, and that actually gives you centimeters. And if you do it in inches, it works out the same way. So if we say, 100 miles, then you square the miles and multiply by 8 inches, and then you divide that by 12. You can't actually do that in centimeters. You have to divide it by 100 centimeters. And, it gets a bit more decimally when you're doing it in metric, but, it's the same. Trust me, it's Christmas.
Okay, so I just zeroed the odometer. Let's get started. Here goes science. Okay.
That's not science, man. That's just riding a bicycle. And in fact, if you read through the comments, there is somebody who actually comes out and says what we all don't want to say. He's just doing a flex to show he can ride 138 kilometers. Whatever. That's all good. Go for it, man.
This is Highway 33, and since it's very flat here, and there are no mountains to go around or hills to go over, this is one of the longest straight roads in the whole world.
I think he said
and that's why I'm here. Let's pretend that this orange is the Earth. Now, this is the Earth,
Okay,
and these two sticks are going to be the two sundials we're working with. So I'm going to put them in.
Working for me. It's not really working.
Don't try this at home.
How many toothpicks you put into it?
Please. Okay. Since the orange is round, anytime we line up the shadows like this, they will never be the same length. If the shadow on the right is short, we can expect the one on the left to be longer. If they were the same length, then the orange would have to be flat. Now we can also measure the length of the two shadows at the same time and measure the distance between them and figure out the circumference. Since the sun is really far away, we can treat its light as coming in straight lines. And therefore, we can figure out what angle it's hitting both of the sticks at. And that allows us to figure out what angle the two sticks would.
Okay, what I might do is just wait until the storm just decimates my place, and you can just watch me go down in the hailstorm. Might have to go outside and just have a word and say, hey. Get the fucking video here, man. It's a little bit rude. Like, it was all good until I started making it. And nothing. I know. The good thing about this is I have prepared ahead. I did bring a bottle of wine. This one is called Mechanic. Take the glasses off so I can read it. It's the Mechanic, Present Times, Engine Room by Amos Maguire. I reckon I can make that rain stop within 5 minutes. All I have to do is have a glass of wine. It's imperative that I sniff it first. In this case, we're allowed to take precautions and just. It wouldn't be right. We have to have a full glass. You're right. Right now, that's a full glass. The Mechanic can fix anything. Cab Sav. That means Cabernet Sauvignon for you. I'm wine consuming people. Back from Oz is still going strong. Good on you, bro. Sis. Hey, good to see you. This is mad. This is mad. We just got this storm out of nowhere. It was a beautiful day all day. It was hot. I've had the air conditioning on. Now we're just at this mad hailstorm. We're just south of the border of Queensland. Maybe, I don't know, this far below. Woodburn. Woodburn is on my parallel with the ocean here. All right. Sure, the hail is about to stop any minute now. Any minute, whenever you're ready, it's all good. We're not trying to make a video here or nothing. Uppity storms and stuff. Wine through my beard. Oh, God, no. But who knows what else would be possible? Let's carry on, shall we?
Flat or not. And to do that, I actually need to go somewhere where it's super flat. So that's why I'm going to Regina, Saskatchewan in Canada, and I'm going to...
We didn't think about super flat, did we? Maybe we can make it rain more harder and noisier so we can't hear nothing. Love it. Hailstones can come through the roof. Yeah, like that. Come on. Fucking Nora, man. I swear I didn't order this. I actually thought I'd given it long enough throughout the Christmas day that, alrighty, now I can go and do a live stream and I will not be daunted by hailstorms. Wanting to destroy me. This is madness. Oh, well, it is what it is. This is Christmas in Australia. That is why we're drinking red wine. That is why we're happy, joyful, peaceful. It's about to hit Vegas now, I know. It's It's so weird. My son was down here 2 days ago. He left in the AM yesterday so he could head back towards Bris Vegas. You can hear me? Oh, well, maybe I'll just carry on and say the rain pissing fucking down where I can't hear shit doesn't exist. Because sometimes microphones are good at that. And we got Scott level realm. Right, yeah. All right, well, in that case, I'm just going to carry on. What the fuck?
To measure and calculate the size of the Earth using just my bicycle and 2 sticks. This is not a joke. I'm here with...
It's a joke. I'm just going to measure the size of the Earth with my bicycle and 2 sticks. It's a fucking hilarious joke, bro. I really like the naivety of somebody who thinks, I can't just use my bicycle and 2 sticks to measure the size of the Earth because, god damn it, Eratosthenes. But, oh, geez. No, it does get bad. It gets worse.
Casey at the Saskatchewan Science Centre, and we've got 2 identical sundials set up. Right now, since they're in the same place, the shadows are the same length. But I'm going to be leaving one of them here with you, Casey. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. And he is going to set it up on this very spot, right here. And I'm taking the other sundial, and I've strapped it to my bike. And
see, this is the interesting thing, is when you take a very spot, that spot, and you use a compass, okay, the angle east there and south and north and west is pertinent to that spot. But if you actually move to another spot, then all of a sudden, east and west and north and south are completely different. Everything actually comes down to the spot. You know, this is something that I really don't think many people have taken too much into consideration.
And I'm going to bike down that road right there. And that road is the reason that I've come all of the way to Saskatchewan, because that road is perfectly straight for somewhere around 140 kilometers. And I've come to measure that distance on my bike. Okay, so I just zeroed the odometer.
See, so I like this. I think this is awesome. This is exactly the sort of thing that I think people should do. You know, we should take known measurement old places, as this young fellow has done, and done it beautifully, and rode his bicycle and described it the whole entire way as flat. There's no curve, there's no hills, there's no nothing, it's all flat for about 140 kilometers. This is how you do science, man. This is how you do it.
Let's get started. Here goes science. Okay.
Science. Here we go. Science.
This is Highway 33, and since it's very flat here and there are no mountains to go around or hills to go over, this is one of the longest straight roads in the whole world. And that's why I'm here. Let's pretend that this orange is the Earth. Now, this is the Earth, and these 2 sticks are going to be...
See if I can silence that, and I don't know if that comes through any better. It's hailing down outside. I think we're going to miss the worst of it. So, oh well, we'll let Bicycle Man carry on.
The 2 sundials we're working with. So I'm going to put them in. Don't try this at home.
Don't
please.
Try that at home. Whatever you do,
okay.
Do not try
Since the orange is round, anytime we line up the shadows like this, they will never be the same length. If the shadow on the right is short, we can expect the one on the left to be longer. If they were the same length, then the orange would have to be flat. Now we can also measure the length of the two shadows at the same time and measure the distance between them and figure out the circumference. Since the sun is really far away, we can treat its light as coming in straight lines. And therefore, we can figure out what angle it's hitting both of the sticks at. And that allows...
See, that's the biggest problem, isn't it? Is assuming that even though you've got a shadow, you've got clouds, you've got everything all around you, you still want to assume that the cloud is a cajillion billion miles away.
Us to figure out what angle the two sticks would meet up at in the center of the orange without having to pull the orange apart. Let's say that angle, this angle here, is 45 degrees. That's 1/8 of a circle. So the distance between the two sticks, this distance here, that is 1/8. That's 1/8 of the circumference around the orange. So we measure that distance, we multiply it by 8, and we know how big the orange, or...
If you just thought about that for a second, if you really stopped and thought about it, 1/8. So 1/8, so we've got 25,000 miles circumference. Let's think about 6 8 to 48, 4 8 to 32, 3 8 to 24, right? 3 8 to 24, so that's about a third of the size of the circumference of the Earth, is about a third is 4,000 miles. So 1/8 would therefore be quite a bit bigger.
The Earth is. That's what I'm doing, except instead of these two sticks, we're using sundials, and instead of measuring this with a ruler, I'm measuring it with my bike right now in Saskatchewan. I got the wind at my back, and it is a beautiful day. I'm clocking at 28.8 kilometers an hour. This is just great. Things are awesome.
This is great. The guy's just rocking it. He's flinging along. He's going the best part of 30k an hour. See, this is sweet.
To celebrate the 100-kilometer mark, I'm going to eat the Earth. Pretty good. It shouldn't surprise you that I'm not the first person to do this experiment. A Greek scientist named Eratosthenes did it 2,200 years ago. Except instead of it being in Regina and Stoughton, he used the cities Alexandria and Syene. And those cities were 800 kilometers apart. He didn't have bicycles back then, so he had someone pace the distance between the two cities, which is crazy. And they were 800 kilometers apart. And his measurement and his calculations were so precise that it was still within 1% to 16%.
1% to 16%. Did you hear that? This clown on a bike just said 1% to 16%. Now think about that. Gee, I'm just going to buy something based on its weight. Let's buy a kilogram of rice. If I rip myself off 170 grams, that would not be a very good transaction. Trying to measure the circumference of the Earth, and I was out by about 16, 17%. Can you imagine if I was just going to drive down to the local store and I was only out by 16, 17%? I can't believe that. There's no way that rain is doing noise cancelling, is it? There's no way. That is so loud. Anyway, I'm just going to carry on because 17% is getting close to a fifth. Now, let's say you had an orange. and you cut it into 5 pieces and you chucked out 1/5 of it, do you think you would notice the missing part of that 1/5 of the orange? I think that 17% is a tiny little thing. I honestly wouldn't. Fucking shit, it's getting loud here, man. I can't hear myself.
Of the actual circumference of the Earth. That's incredible. But we don't know exactly what his answer was because he used a unit called stadia, which was how big a stadium was. And there were...
Yeah, well, that's right. That's what they used. So why you would even use miles or kilometers or anything else when you should have been using stadia in the first place? But that's okay. That's okay.
different sizes of stadiums,
Not a forgiveness.
and we don't know what one he meant. So his answer has been lost to the sands of time, but I'm gonna try to redo it with a huge upgrade in technology. We're using a bike. I've biked 138 kilometers today from Regina.
You biked from what? Regina, man. Regina. For fuck's sake. You biked from Regina. And how it could be lost in the sands of her purse or time or whatever you're talking about. Dude. Things do not get lost in the sand of time. They get discovered. The very things you were talking about are things that we can discover. We can analyze, we can backtrack, we can work it out. And we can work it out pretty accurately to the stadia, to the cubit, to the inch, to the foot, to the leg. Yard. We can work this shit out.
To reach the first stop sign. It's the end of the road, and it is.
What? Stanton? Fucking hell. I would have thought it'd be. Yeah. I'm just doing this because, you know, for critical purposes, I have to use at least 60% of myself talking over the stuff that I definitely not copyright materialing. I'm just using this for clarity and educational and shit. Come on. Fucking shut up, brain. If I know it's going to be like this, I would be on a boat. So we're getting another flat eight. What can you do?
Okay, so I just set up one sundial in Stoughton, and Casey set up the other one in Regina.
Yeah,
we made sure that they were both level and checked that they were both aligned with one another, and everything seems to be good. Okay, I think my math was a tiny bit off because I thought that the measurement was going to take place at 10:59, and it is 11:04, and we're still a few minutes away. So I think it will be more like 11:15, but you know, with this experiment, what matters is that the sundials are lined up with the road and lined up with each other. And I just got off the phone with Casey in Regina, and we are at the exact same point, the exact same angle right now with our sundials. At least this angle is the same. Yeah, I know, a little nerve-wracking, right? We're really close though. Mine is officially on the meter stick. Is yours almost there? Yeah. Okay, so in another, like, maybe we'll say 10 seconds, you can grab your chalk. Your line looks pretty good, right? So this is it, okay. Okay, we'll take the measurements in 3, 2, 1, now.
Yes.
I've got... Okay, I just measured my shadow, and mine was 66 cent. 60.
I just kind of want to, I don't know. I've been scouring the internet for the last couple of days, just looking for some sort of YouTube content that is very, very adamant about disproving the flat earth. They're very anti the flat earth. And this guy seems to think he's found evidence to prove that we live on a spinning space ball hurtling through the vacuum of space. And so for the moment, I think I've got this one and maybe one other video. Just trying to see it through their minds. I mean, he's excited. This guy is pretty cool. You know, he's a really nice fellow. Look at him. He's just like
6.1 centimeters. And then I called Casey and his was 70.0 centimeters, which means that our shadows are 3.9 centimeters different. Mine.
He's almost like that train guy. You know that train guy? He puts that thing on his head. Look at I heard the train go. Woo, woo. He's almost as close to that. This is just gold, man.
Mine is 3.9 centimeters smaller than his is in Regina, which means that the Earth is a sphere, and it means that I can calculate the size of the Earth. Now, I expect that it won't be exactly accurate, but it's going to be pretty darn close. Oh, that's really, really rad. Okay, cool.
That's really
I'm gonna hang up and get packed and get on the road. We now have all of the measurements that we need in order to do the calculations for the circumference of the Earth. So I left Regina on my bike and I cycled.
Oh my God, dude. Like, I shouldn't make fun of it, but you know, I just have to. It wouldn't be me if I wasn't making fun of you. Look at you. You left where? Oh, come on. Look. Oh, come on. Not that far. You don't have to go. You have to go a little bit further. Okay, that should do it. Oh,
I'm gonna hang up and get packed and get on the road. We now have all of the measurements that we need in order to do the calculations for the circumference of the Earth. So I left Regina on my...
You left Regina. In Australia, mate, we say Regina. And I'm not going to apologise for my uncouthness whatsoever.
Bike, and I cycled all the way to Stoughton. That distance was 138 kilometers.
How many? How many meters, man? How many meters? Maybe that's what fucked you up.
When I got to Stoughton, I set up a sundial that was 100 centimeters high, and I measured the shadow of the sundial at a specific time. The shadow was 66.1 centimeters.
Oh, I am just amazed that it wasn't actually 66.6. Fuck. That, yeah, if it had been, well, I don't think they measured it accurately enough. I reckon if they really got down to the nitty gritty and they weren't just using chalk and meter sticks, they would have
long. And so we can do some simple math to figure out the angle at which the sun was hitting the top of the sundial. And that turns out to be 56.5 degrees. Now, at the exact same time I was taking that measurement, Casey in Regina was taking another measurement on an identical...
Casey, you know what? Pardon me.
sundial, and his measurement was 3.9 centimeters longer. He measured a shadow of 70.0 centimeters. And that means that the Earth...
His was 3.9. Centimeters longer. Science. I really do have to take that just back a touch because honestly, geez, you have to.
sundial, and his measurement was 3.9 centimeters longer. He measured a shadow of 70.0 centimeters. And that means that the Earth is a sphere, and we can calculate its circumference.
It definitely means the Earth is a sphere. You can calculate its circumference. How did we not know this, man? What were we missing all this time? We should have known it since the time of Eratosthenes, and this guy obviously does, but some of us just didn't pay attention, you know. We actually thought that maybe, perhaps, it was a local sun. And so then the shadow pointing here and the shadow pointing there maybe wasn't 93 million miles away.
We used the same math to figure out the angle that the sun hit the top of his sundial. That was 55.0 degrees. Since we know the angle that the sun hit both of those sundials, and since the sun is really far away, we can calculate the angle that those two sundials would meet up at if they met in the center of the Earth. We take the angle from Regina and subtract it from the angle in Stoughton, and we get 1.5 degrees. That means that the angle that those meet up at in the center of the Earth is 1.5 degrees, or 1/240th of the circumference of the Earth. And now that we know that the distance we measured is 1/240th of the way around the whole Earth, if we take the distance that I measured, the distance that I biked, and multiply it by 240, we can figure out how big the circumference of the entire world is. When we do that, we end up with 33,120 kilometers. By my calculations...
Oops. That's a little bit of a wee problem, isn't it? Little bitty buddy boy, because I think it's like about 40,000 kilometers. That's like about 6,880 kilometers. 6,880 kilometers. So let's say I was just going to a destination. So I'm going down to my local shop, and it's a kilometre away, and I worked out being 6,680 kilometres away. That would be the fucking size of Australia. And a bit. So you were wrong by amount of wrongness. It is so fucking wrong that obviously Australia doesn't exist. Oh, shit. This guy's a flat earther. He reckons Australia doesn't exist. Fucking wanker. Listen to him some more.
That is the size of the Earth, and it's pretty darn close. The true size of the Earth is 40,000.
Pretty darn close. Pretty darn fucking close. You lost a fucking quarter of the Earth, you fuckwit.
And 75 kilometers, which means that my measurements and calculations are only 17% off.
Oh, 17% off. Oh. Okay, let's say, oh, fuck, I find a really nice property. I'm going to go buy that. Well, I'm put my face in the fucking picture. I'm going to go buy this property for $1 million, and when I get there, I'm just going to say, here's a suitcase full of money. Here, fucking take it. And they add it up, and they say, well, you're actually $1,700 short of the amount. And I say, oh, fucking hell. What do you care? That's just the margin of error. Fucking take it. I just bought your property. I'm only 17% off. Fucking. Okay, come on, let's make him big again and laugh at him some more.
Eratosthenes' measurements and calculations were maybe 16% off.
Oh, maybe.
I'm really happy with how that turned out.
I reckon
When
you would be.
Eratosthenes did this experiment over 2,000 years ago, he not only proved that the world is round, but he measured it and proved
He assumed the world was fucking. Oh, did I
happy
just
with how well my
no, pause? I fucking meant to pause, not mute you motherfucker. He he proved the Earth is flat. For fuck's sake. I actually muted
experiment turned
the
out
pause.
because I have confirmed that
Take
the
it
Earth
back
is
again. This will be fun.
of the
Go back
Earth,
a little bit.
and it's pretty darn close.
Pretty
the true
darn
size of the Earth is
17%.
40,075 kilometers, which means that my measurements and calculations are only 17% off.
A what?
Eratosthenes' measurements and
Only
calculations
17%.
were maybe 16% off. I'm really happy
Most
with how that
actual
turned
people say
out.
about Eratosthenes.
When
that
Eratosthenes
it's
did this
10%.
experiment over 2,000 years
Come
ago,
on.
he not only proved that the world is round, but he measured it and proved that it is a knowable thing. The Earth
So we not only measured it and proved it, it's a knowable thing. Sorry, Mr. Bicycle Dude, you actually failed in every sense of what you thought you were trying to set out to prove, dude. Come on. You failed in the accuracy. You failed in proving the curvature. You admitted right from the start it's really, really fucking flat. For fuck's sake, man.
is something we can experiment on and learn about. I'm really happy with how well my experiment turned out because I have confirmed that the Earth is indeed round, and I measured it to be 33,120 kilometers around.
Which is only 17% short of accuracy, which means that whatever method you used, I'm sorry to say this, mate, 17% is wrong. Dumb, stupid, idiotic. Don't want to use the R word because if I ended it with retarded, it would mean I'm calling you a retard, and I wouldn't want to do that because that's not what I do, even though it's obvious that you are retarded. It's just not the sort of thing that a nice guy like me would do to a really lovely fella like you, just making himself look like a retard on the internet.
And that's not exactly right, but I mean, my measurement is closer to the Earth than it is to Mars, and I'm pretty happy with that. The reason my measurement isn't 100% accurate is because I didn't manage to line things up perfectly. So we took the measurement about 12 minutes too late, which is enough to make an error of 17%, but still.
12 minutes too late. Enough to make an error of 17%. I believe you, dude. You sound so authentic and so scientific, man. Obviously, anybody doesn't believe this guy, you flat earth guy.
I'm really, really happy with how well it turned out. I tried to do experiments that are almost impossible, that are just at the border of being impossible. And so if they always worked out perfectly 100% of the time, I think I wouldn't be trying things that are hard enough. Sometimes I get asked, how do I make enough money from these videos to fund big science projects like this?
I didn't actually watch this so far, but I didn't realize he was also coming here to ask for money. Holy God, fucking shit, jeez. Overcast is here as well. Good to see you, brother. Travis, remembered your name finally for once and for all. He still hasn't answered my questions about his video games. Of course he wouldn't. He's a weird, but he can bicycle a fair amount of distance, you know. Like, you got to give people credit for the things they can do and just accept the things that they are incapable of doing. You know, I know for a fact I did have one more video that It's the last one I want to do because this guy, he's a fucking idiot.
5 minutes.
Well, Mr. Neebe, I suppose so, but is it?
See, look at him. I mean, geez, every facial expression he makes is just, that drives me up the wall. He's back in the day when I first got into Flat Earth, I would sometimes spend a little bit amount of a time of watching some of these Globetard channels, and he was one. There's Simon Dam. There's Red Zeta Dick. I think he was one. Fight the Flat Earth. The cartoon couldn't do a thing, so he doesn't even count. But anyway, this guy was actually one of the ones, and he comes across as trying to present himself as a reasonable person, but when you listen to his shit and you look at his facial expressions, I mean, come on. I actually was going to put the title of this into Mr. Sniff Some Balls because this was the one I was going to debunk, but you know, I don't have a thing against him. He's just another. We'll give him a chance and yeah, here we go.
Really going to be worth my time?
Have you taken your medication today?
What? We'll see who needs some medication at the end of this video.
So, this is the problem. Is he actually downloads other people's videos and then presents it as his own? So for me to present this as one to try and debunk him, it's not going to look good because this is all just a bunch of shit. That's why I've struggled for the last few days looking for somebody's video who I could actually, you know, just download and do a thing over. And this guy, I'm not even interested in really doing. He's a piece of shit. But I did it anyway.
Minds work best when they
We'll
are
try
open.
it. We'll see where it goes.
Yes, indeed. But I think you'll find that you actually have to have one for it to hold true.
Fascinating, isn't it? Those who take the time to research the FE
He's a horrible
become flat
person.
earthers themselves.
I think you'll find that it's complete and utter gimboids who couldn't tie their own shoes who become flat earthers.
So here is a list of 10 reasons why the Earth is not a ball.
I really don't like the way he does this. But
Hello.
We
Well,
just have to
Flat
let it
Earther
go.
Neebe has allotted 5 minutes to give us 10 reasons why the Earth is not a ball. Now, by my calculations, that means he's going to fail approximately once every 30 seconds. This is going to be good. Take it away, Neebe.
Number 1. Level water. Water always seeks its own level. Therefore, water can never be curved.
So this will be interesting to see what Mr. Sniff Some Balls can actually say about that, because that's just a God-given truth.
Or convex.
Water conforms to the forces acting upon it.
That conforms to the forces acting upon it. Think about that. Give that a good amount of time. Yeah, like I'm even going to remove him from the screen so that you can think about this for a good amount of time. Water conforms to the forces acted upon it. Now think about it. Give it a good 10, 15 minutes. Water conforms to the forces acted upon it. What forces ever act upon it? Give it all the time you need, because this is exactly what he has asked us to do. Water conforms to the forces acted upon it. Still, honestly, think about it. Can you pull water? I'm going to give you all the time you need. Can you pull water? Just going to sit here. Watch the chat fill up with answers. Half an hour. Can you pull water? After I've heard for a third party that McTurn's brain just had an aneurysm. Right, I'll answer the question. Pour water. Cannot pull water. Therefore, the tides of the earth not pulled by the gravity of the moon. You cannot pull water. You cannot pull water. Out of the horse's mouth, you cannot pull water. That kills the globe. 2 tides per day. You cannot pull water. Water can easily be repelled. It cannot be pulled. I've spoken. Fuck yeah. All right. I'm going to read some of these chats. Jay Tolan is fucking awesome. He does some brilliant stuff. Shows stuff that, yeah. Awesome, Cole. Scott. Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm not trying to preach to the people in my chat. I am telling you, water cannot be pulled. Therefore, the moon cannot be pulling tides, especially twice per day, which is what the globe model has. And that alone should kill the globe model. That alone. You can't have 2 tides in one day. Anyway, forget where I was going, so I'm going to just go back to this Muppet. Oh, what did I do? I think I just fast forwarded through. Shit. Not real good at this stuff, eh? Pushing back, way back. Right, yeah. let's listen to what this
Find that
bluff
it's
is
complete
saying.
and utter gimboids who couldn't tie their own shoes who become flat earthers.
So here is a list of 10 reasons why the
This is
Earth is not a ball.
One at a time. I'm going to go through this. Mr. Wanker.
Hello. Well, flat earther Neeby has allotted 5 minutes to give us 10 reasons why the Earth is not a ball. Now, by my calculations,
You look to
that
be
means he's
shaking a
going
little
to
bit, mate.
fail approximately once every 30 seconds. This is going to be good. Take it away, Neeby.
Number 1. Level water. Water always seeks its own level. Therefore, water can never be curved or convex.
Water conforms to the forces acting upon it. On the Earth, that's gravitational force. Since the Earth is a sphere, the surface of the water will follow that same curve. Of course, you can apply additional forces to the water, so you get this. This is a tank full of water that's spinning. We see
What's it look like? What's it look like, mate? What's it look like? We'll give it one
to
more
have a
little
curved
spin
surface
and
there,
then pause it
maybe.
again.
Number
Well,
2.
come on, let's go back again.
Level horizon.
Let's just take it back a little bit further.
Number 2. Level horizon.
No, a
the
little bit
horizon
further. A little bit
that's
further,
spinning.
mate.
We seem to have a curved surface.
Which way is it curving? Which way is it curving? Oh, it's curving the very exact opposite way that we would expect from a spinning space ball. How does this prove a spinning space ball hurt under 1,000 miles per hour? No. Most suspicious. Very well done there, Mr. Sniffs and Balls.
Surface there, Neeby.
Number 2. Level horizon. The horizon is always visible, no matter the altitude, land, sea, or air.
Actually, I think the claim we use is that it always rises to eye level. I don't think we ever said it was visible. Sometimes, of course, it wouldn't be visible. Now, that's actually a false claim thrown into our faces in the first place, but let's see what he has to say.
Well, I'm not really sure what your point is on this one, Neeby.
Well, it wasn't our point. That's right. We never said it.
But let's test it. Here we are at 35 and a bit kilometres on
35 and a bit kilometers. Looks pretty fucking flat.
Mage 2. You can still see the horizon. Have you noticed? It's curved.
Oh, I didn't actually notice. It's pretty flat.
Number 3. Aircraft never accounts for the motion or curvature of the Earth in its navigations.
A very interesting point, Neeby. In fact, I'd like to answer this in 2 ways. Firstly, in my
Two ways.
normal voice, and then in a sort of silly high-pitched.
The first in his normal voice, and then in a high-pitched way. So he's really not happy about the fact that aeroplanes never account for the motion of the Earth. Right. Let's hear the first.
squeaking whine. So firstly, no, aircraft don't have to allow for the curvature of the Earth as they fly because they're maintaining their flight level based on a number of parameters such as
They're maintaining their flight level based on a number of parameters. That to me sounds a heck of a lot like I'm making excuses. We shouldn't have to deal with half a mile of drop per minute because of parameters, but yeah, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
thrust against air resistance, the position of their controls and so on.
Resistance against their thrust and the position of their controls and so on. There you have it. But look, I don't want to misrepresent him. I'll take him back a little bit and you can listen to it for yourself again.
The position of their controls and so on.
your
Hang on,
medication today.
No, I didn't go back far enough. So, I seriously don't want to misrepresent him.
Bridge is constructed, none of it ever
I went way too
accounts
far.
for any curvature of the Earth, even when built over water.
When building railroad tracks, they account for dips and valleys by building bridges over them. They
went
account
too
for
far.
hills
Of the Earth, even when
Go back to 3, dude. Fucking hell.
amongst
Oh, that's
all the. But that effect is so against
Here we go.
air resistance, meaning their flight level Earth as they
Here's-
fly,
Hang on.
and
Come
in
on.
a sort of silly high-pitched
I
squeaking
don't want to
whine.
misrepresent
A
him.
very interesting point, Neeby. In fact, I'd like to answer this in 2 ways. Firstly,
Two
in my
ways.
normal voice, and then in a sort of silly high-pitched squeaking whine. So firstly, no, aircraft don't have to allow for the curvature of the Earth as they fly, because they're maintaining their flight level based on a number of parameters such as thrust against air resistance, the position of their controls and so on. They do need to allow for Coriolis, but that effect is so small that it's lost amongst all.
That's
a
the one I
very
missed. That's the one I
interesting point,
missed.
Neeby.
That's,
In fact,
hey,
a
fucking
very
hell.
interesting point.
Oh,
Neeby.
shit. I'm
In fact, I'd like to
clicking on
answer
the
this.
wrong part. This is the part I want to miss. Don't want to miss. In fact, they're taking into account the Coriolis. Holy fucking shit. I feel really terrible that the mouse drifted so badly that I missed it. I really have to hear that thing he said
through them.
again so I can
They
address
account
it
for the curve of the Earth by just following the same elevation.
Number 5. Weather balloons
Account for mountains by drilling tunnels through them. They
Hang
account for
on,
the curve
that
of the
wasn't
Earth
it. No,
by
that
just
was definitely
following
not it.
railroad tracks. They account for
when built over water.
when building railroad tracks. They account for dips and valleys by
For
No,
any
come on,
curvature
man.
of the Earth,
Let me,
even
let
when
me
built
give
over
him
water.
justice.
None of it ever. Number 4.
We'll try it again. I'm so
Railroad
sorry.
tracks and bridges. Whenever a
Fine.
railroad track or bridge is constructed, none of it
No, this wasn't even it. It was before that. Come on. I have to give him justice. We'll take it back to here and listen to him
amongst
one more
all
time.
the other little adjustments they make for air buffeting and so on.
Ever. No, we still have to
Lost
go back
amongst
further.
all the other little adjustments they make for
No,
you need
fucking
to
hell,
allow
further.
for Coriolis. They're maintaining
Further.
their flight level based on a number of parameters such as thrust against
Fucking
as they
further.
fly.
Let's go back to fucking
Firstly,
here
in my normal
Come on.
voice, and then in a sort of silly high-pitched squeaking whine.
This
So
one.
firstly, no, aircraft don't have to allow for the curvature of the Earth as they fly, because they're maintaining their flight level based on a number of parameters such as thrust against air resistance, the position of their controls and so on.
Thrust against air resistance and position of the controls and so on. Okay, so Mr. Sensible has now convinced me that we're bear witnessing to profit of. Now listen to what else he says next.
They do need to allow for Coriolis, but that effect is so small that it's lost amongst all the other little adjustments they make for air buffeting and so on.
And yet, when somebody fires a high-speed powered bullet, they have to adjust for the Coriolis. But in this instant, Mr. Sniff Some Balls,
Other little adjustments they make for air buffeting and so on. Sorry about that. Let's just carry on.
Number 4.
that was seriously his response. Let's just carry on.
Railroad tracks and bridges. Whenever a railroad track or bridge is constructed, none of it ever accounts for any curvature of the earth, even when built over water.
When building railroad tracks, they account for dips and valleys by building bridges over them. They account for hills by making cuttings through them. They account for mountains by drilling tunnels through them. They account for the curve of the earth by just following the same elevation.
Sorry, Mr. Sniff Some Balls, you've just described how they follow the same flat and level. Let's see what your number 5 is. This is going to be hilarious.
Number 5. Weather balloons and submarines. They never account for the motion or the curvature of the earth in their official navigations.
Weather balloons just drift around in the air.
Weather balloons just drift around in the air. The air is following 1,040 kilometre or 40 mile per hour, hurtling on its axis as it hurtles around the sun, 66,600 miles per hour. Tell me again how that happens.
Submarines travel through the water. Both the air and the water are rotating with the spherical Earth.
They're rotating with the spherical Earth. This is the word you have to get into your head. Orbiting. 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 We're going around the sun once per year. Orbiting. Orbiting. 66,600 miles per hour orbiting the fucking sun, you dumb motherfucker. If your belief says we're orbiting the sun 66,600 miles per hour, that speed has to be calculated into every single thing that you just bring into your actual rotation. Only 600,694 RPMs. Orbiting. Orbiting, dude. Orbiting. Orbiting. Fucking orbiting. I cannot stress that enough. Orbiting.
Number 6. Gravity. Theory. Here is the website for the explanation, because it's only a theory.
Oh, this is my favourite one. Not only are you wrong, but you're totally incorrect. Now, I realise that that's technically the same thing, but it's such a biggie that I thought it was worth mentioning twice. What's more, we're going to look at that one at the end of the video. Don't miss it.
Number 7. The Earth.
The fuck?
You need some medication.
No, man. I want to fucking say number 6 now, man. I don't want to wait till the end. And I fucking hit the fucking wrong part of the fucking thing again, and I'll just jump into it and see what happens
No
again.
point is higher than any other. Your eyes are at eye level. Now, if you walk along and walk over a hump, do your eyes...
Number 9.
Gravity.
It's called
No, that's
sea
not it.
level and not sea.
A tilt
Come
of the
on,
Earth
man.
explains it perfectly.
Number 8.
No, let's go back to fucking 7.
This would be what is known... Don't miss it.
Number
That's
7. The Earth predates the Sun. Therefore, Earth
Trials.
does not revolve around the
Who
Sun,
gives a fuck?
and thus we
This
are
guy's
not
a fucking
tilted
moron.
at 23.5 degrees.
This would be what is known as...
Actually, I don't. I want to go back to 6. That's fucking lame. This guy's a fucking wank.
Don't miss it.
Number 7.
This should do. This should do.
The Earth predates the Sun. Therefore, Earth does not revolve around the Sun, and thus we are not tilted at 23.5 degrees.
This would be what is known as a wild-ass assertion. It's based on the biblical Genesis account of creation. In fact, the entire solar system, that's the Earth, all the planets and the Sun, all coalesced from one single spinning cloud of gas at the same time. And as for the Earth tilting at 23.5 degrees, you're going to have to explain why the Sun varies between 23.5 degrees north and 23.5 degrees south.
No, dude. That is your claim. We don't have to do shit about your claim. What the fuck, man? This guy is like pretty much, I think, the dumbest motherfucker on the internet. But I will give credit. There are others. There are people like Simon Dan and Dave McKeegan. Right? I'm gonna hedge bets on Flight the Flat Earth. I'll hedge bet that some of them are dumber motherfuckers than this dumb motherfucker. I'm gonna actually start a gambling. I'm gonna start taking wagers on who is the dumbest motherfucker out of these dumb globe motherfuckers. I reckon this guy, he'd rate I'd give him 7-1. He's pretty fucking dumb. Simon Dan, I reckon fucking easy 3-1. He's fucking dumb. Yeah. I should become a bookie and fucking start running books against these dumb motherfuckers. Fucking hell.
A tilt of the Earth explains it perfectly.
Number 8. A flat plane of any variety cannot exist on a curved ball.
Au contraire, my little chuff nugget. The Earth is big, really big. And
at least I agree with you on that. And that's why we get perspective, because it's so fucking big. We can agree with you on that. You.
as part of that big sphere, you can have areas that are flat. Actually, as part of a really small sphere, you can. Have a look at this. It's a close-up of a basket.
In fact, I invite people to put this on the biggest screen they possibly can and hold a flat level against it from one side to the other, and you'll see it's still curved like a basketball should be. There is a curve in that line, dude. You can do it on a phone with a piece of paper. Hold the flat line of paper across it, and you'll see a curve. That was really bad. Where's the thing again? There it is.
Looks pretty flat to me.
Number 9. It's called sea level and not sea curve.
Yes, level, denoting that no point is higher than any other. Your eyes are at eye level. Now, if you walk along and walk over a hump, do your eyes maintain the same height above the surface of the Earth? Yes, they do. Always at eye level.
Number 10. The Danielle.
He actually thought that was a rebuttal. He actually thought that something that proves the Earth is flat is a rebuttal to the Earth being flat. That was really cool.
Kunshan Bridge, Grand Bridge in China, one of the longest, if not the longest bridge in the world, confirmed no curvature of the Earth recorded during its construction of 102.4 miles long, which was constructed in June 2011.
Look, you total arse biscuit, the bridge is built at a certain height, say 5 metres above the surface of the water. It maintains 5 metres above the surface of the water, no matter how the water is curving around the sphere. Give me strength.
10 very simple reasons with your open mind. Earth is land. Earth is not CGI. Earth is not a ball.
I think what you've given us is 10 simple reasons why flat earthers require someone to cut the sharp corners off of marshmallows. Hello? Oh, number 6, gravity. Thanks for reminding me.
Number 6,
It's
gravity.
another.
Theory. Here is a website for the explanation because it's only a theory.
Well, let's leave aside the total misunderstanding or misrepresentation of a theory being a hunch. Your
Okay.
research is as stupid as Thicky McStupid deciding to play Russian roulette with a fully loaded machine gun. Let's have a look at your website. Gravity. It's only a theory. Textbook.
Hang on a sec. The website that the Flat Earther used from the Globetard side of things, and this is called the National Center for Science Education. This ain't our shit, man. This ain't the shit that we come up with, dude. This is us using your stuff. And yes, if you look really closely, it says that somewhere it says, can't quite see it here right now. Disclaimer, blah, 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 evolution, physics textbook, warning label, textbook contains blah, 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 blah. And they're often not taught as a good theory, right? So we'll look at through this a little bit further.
Disclaimers are down but not out. This satirical
Soon find.
look at only a theory disclaimers imagines what might happen if
Oh, there it is. Satirical. Sorry. My bad. Textbook disclaimers are down, but not out. This satirical look at only a theory. So this, from a scientific source, which is what people search for, admits that it is satirical to even discuss gravity. Unbelievable.
Can you read? Do you understand?
Yes, I can read.
Words. It says
Yes.
satirical.
Satirical,
If you're still
yes.
not sure, let's have a look
And
at the
it still
last paragraph on
comes
this
from
webpage.
National
Finally, the mere
Centre of
name
Science
Universal Theory of
Education.
Gravity or Theory of Universal Gravity, the secularists like to use confusing language, has a distinctly socialist ring to it. The core idea of to each according to his weight, from each according to his mass, is communistic. There is no reason that gravity should apply to the just and the unjust equally, and the saved should have relief from such universalism. If we have universal gravity now, then universal healthcare will be sure to follow. I'm gobsmacked. I have never seen anything so fail in all my life. Now,
Exactly. Because it was science itself being a parody of its own beliefs. That's it. That's what it was. It was science being a parody of itself, because you know what they don't have? Let me think. An actual theory that matches what they believe. All they can do is make a parody of itself. Ha ha, motherfucker, dumb. Jeez, tick, tack, tack, Sorry. I mean to make a parody of the human species by misrepresenting myself. I tend to be a good and decent human from now on.
you said something earlier on about medication, didn't you?
Have you taken your medication today?
One more step back. One more step.
Medication, didn't you?
Have you
Gravity, curve, and globe. Have you taken your meditation today? Flat earthers need take none of that sort of shit. I don't believe in gravity. I don't believe in curve. And I do not believe in globe. Therefore, I will not
Taking
suck on those
your
pills.
medication today.
Well, here's some medication for you. It's bum butter. It might
Bum butter. Oh, bum butter. I wouldn't mind a bit of bum butter.
help with all the butt hurt you've just had. Till next time, stay sensible.
Seriously, you know, like, how much is a tub of bum butter? Mr. Sensible will be back. Subscribe, notify. I think that's one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life, actually, to be honest. He's a very unsensible person. Yeah, I'd like to try and help him, but what can you do? Oh, fucking hell. I thought I was going to save another video. But at the end of the day, I decided that between Mr. Sensible and that Mr. Bicycle dude, whoever he was, there's just nothing left. I mean, I went looking for people debunking flat Earth. I seriously spent 2 days. 2 days. And that shite was the best I could find. Nothing can debunk flat Earth. Fucking hell, let's I'll try and find one more, but I honestly think I gave up. I honestly did. It's sad and it's sorry. There are no flat Earth debunkers left. No. There's just nothing. Try and it's really sad. If anybody's got a channel they can suggest, I can go and find a video for it, try and debunk. I feel like it. Oh, see lightning here, bro. Sorry. Dude, I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm being an asshole. Aussie Gold, how you doing, brother? 3:44 a.m. in Canada. That's hitting hard, bro. It's only like 8:49 p.m. here in Australia. Christmas afternoon, 25th December. Nuevo. Hey, how you doing, brother? It's such a joke. Still can't laughing about it. Exactly, man. I was sad. Sorry, actually, in a way. The more the people believe it, the better it gets. Yeah, I can't think of I should do a Simon Dan one, eh? Anybody a good diet Simon Dan video? That's the trouble, is that actually as I looked through all the channels to find something decent to debunk, there was nothing. They've got nothing. Poor sad sacks of shit. Fine. Exactly right. Nuevo Laredo. You cannot debunk the flat earth. It's the trouble. It wins every single time. But obviously, I'm not going to download Mattoon. I'm not that stupid. Going to go out and water the lawn and see if there's an idea of somebody I can just sort of have a, like that Dave McKeegan guy. He sucks. Simon Dan. Turn. They're all just a bunch of nothings. If anyone can find a good YouTube, I'll be back in a second. I will actually do that. Right out. I'm back. I'm gonna do the challenge. So I was gonna say used to be. Hopefully the challenge is now in there. Chat still going. I have a clue, to be honest. This is the secret. this is still going live, is it? Good morning from the Netherlands. Merry Christmas. G'day, Nassas. Let's see you, brother. Oh, brother. Maybe sister. Yeah, now I got it open. Cool. So I put the link in the chat. Let's see. Oh, the messages too that I missed. Family and everything. Yeah. I wonder I have to find a whole new video. Somebody drank all my beer out of my beer bottle. Fuck. Damn it. But I've got an idea. Go to YouTube. It's really sad, like, honestly. Would I really look for a Simon and Dan thing? It would be really sad to do that. I'm gonna find one. Oh, fucking. That weren't exactly what we're looking for. We're just looking for one of you recently taking down a flat earth. Is there any recent ones? Click on videos. Flat earth has shocking take on ancient experiment. See, this is why I actually get kind of really seriously sad about the lack of content. There's actually no content we have left to try and debunk. The useless fucking wankers have left us nothing. It's like, geez. Oh, I know. I'll just go onto somebody's channel and I'll find their newest video and I'll just put that up and I'll just debunk that piece of shit. The fuck? Oh, I know. There is one. It's called Planar Walk. We could look at that, I guess. Simon and Dan's got nothing. Plain. We got Planar Walk. Holy shit. Look at more I can go. So let's see, what's the latest thing you've done to arrogant flat earthers fail to debunk McToon pseudoscientists? Flat earth scientists defeated by nil ability to read pseudoscientists. Flat Earth internationally. See, it's very embarrassing. See, like, I don't just want to just jump into somebody's channel and find something in random and think that's going to be an example of how fucking retarded they are. You know, like, Okay, I'll click on videos and I'll click on the latest one and we'll go from there. Flat Earther is clueless about everything. So this, and what we'll do is we'll just quickly copy that and we'll just put it in a little browser sort of window thingy so that we can just sit and talk about it for a little while. We'll just click on paste, we'll click on download, we'll click on an error has occurred. What the fuck? It could never occur. Shit, an error has occurred. No. Don't know what you do for me then. Fucking hell. Where the fuck was we? Over here. We clicked. Right click, paste. We clicked. Ah, that's what we did. It's all good now. We're all getting good. Download. Fuck. Isn't it? The weather's getting angry. Right. There are many ways around this. What we do is we go back to the YouTube streamer who is playing our war, and we go, oh, because it's I fucking got no idea how to go about that. What we might try and do, since we're what we would do is you wouldn't do present, would you? Because you're already on present. I'm not real keen of sharing screen. People might see all the other open tabs I've got. Invasion and privacy. G'day, there's the Iron Maiden. Hey, good to see you. Merry Christmas, mate. Love the Iron Maiden. See Lightning. Good to see you too, brother. Got some massive storms here in the area, brother. Yeah, we got some massive storms. Okay, so I was going to try to introduce again some who knows? We can always try another. Oh, it's that one, the planar walk. God damn. Yeah, she's not even pretty. Yeah. All right. So how else can you do it? Okay. We'll think about this. Download a video. But it shouldn't be a stream yet. Interesting. Okay. All right. I can find another way. This, what else we got? Simon Dan. These are even worse. So that's he's heaps worse than plain one. Right here. Find his channel. That even like you. So videos, we'll just look at his latest one. Let's find something even halfway decent. That's really sad too, honestly. Okay, I don't think. Is there anybody else? Oh, Dave McKeegan. We'll look up him. Dave McKeegan. Dave McKeegan. He was the last one left on the face of the earth who can actually seriously, genuinely represent the globe. Who have I forgotten? There's Simon Dan. Turn quite flat there, but just like sitting in the sewer, stewing in shit. Who is there? Who is there actually left to represent the globe? I'm seriously wondering. We can't even say Neil deGrasse Tyson. He just said, like, well, we know it would prove flat and stationary Earth if the sun was nearby and local. Who the fuck is left? Who the fuck is left to defend this globe? Thank God I got red wine in this bottle. Oh, I was ready to smash a fucking unicorn. Right here. Who is left to defend the globe? Who? Dave McKeegan has videos. Don't really want to talk about Apollo because it's not really got much to do. Does the flat earther know more photography? Thank you, Dave. I'm going to download your video. I'm going to put it into my video. God doesn't stand on my house. It's a little bit interesting here. We just Click the download button. Say, does it no film no about photography? No, photographers. Click save. I have a feeling I've already done this one. I have a serious feeling I've already done this one. So what we do is we go back to our recording studio, and then we just go present. Yeah. So just recording. I'm not really good at this, so I will admit. None of those. Just look over here again and go, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Just do cancel. Yeah. Does a flat earth to know more about photography? And then we can just go present. We're good at this. We've done this once or twice before. Does a flat earth? Does, there it is, found it. Rightio. Beautiful.
Site or domain, then check out today's sponsor, Squarespace. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well and thanks for joining us for another video.
And don't look at me molesting this animal, because it makes me look really cool the way I molest that animal.
And this is actually a video that has been very highly requested in response to Flatzoid, who seems to think he knows more about photography than photographers. So highly requested, in fact, that even Flatzoid himself has asked I do it.
Great. So Dave McKeegan, would you please do this with a further observation, please? Maybe do a 10 meter or 60 meter, doesn't matter.
So all of this began a few weeks back when...
What? You couldn't do it with what he asked? 10 meters, 16 meters? You weren't interested in doing it. This is just basically me filibustering to ensure that at least 60% of my content is more than the 40%, so I don't get a copyright stuff.
Flatzoid did a live stream about a quite well-known photograph amongst Flat Earth. This photo, taken by photographer Kevin Jackson.
I actually wanted to pause that just to talk about the way he even mentions Flat Earth. So I specifically do not like his accent. And I think that should be the right amount of time so that I can continue.
In 2021, taken from Southport Beach, looking towards Blackpool with the hills of the Lake District in the background. This photo...
Hey Liz, good to see. I have had also a couple of few, and I'm on the Reds tonight, so... What I like most about it is that we are all human. Whether you're as much of a drunkard as me or a pisshead as Liz. Sorry, Liz. A very sober, lovely lady as you are. We all do what we do, man. Jeez, you know. We don't have to explain ourselves to nobody. Fuck them all. The more I think about it, the more I just want to get pissed and fuck them up the ass. Yeah, like shit. But the thing is, even though I go through all this stuff, I sort of keep my head together.
Photograph actually converted at least one flat earther, Ranty, who realised that as we know the heights of Blackpool Tower and the hills in the background, and we know their respective distances from the photographer, then if the Earth were flat from that location, the angular size of the mountains would make them appear taller than the tower, and the reason they don't is due to the curve of Earth.
No, it's not. It's due to convergence. Very simple shit. Everything appears to get lower and lower with distance. You want to try and invoke curvature into that. That's what makes you a dishonest. A very, very dishonest person.
This photograph sent flat earthers scrambling for a viable explanation that was based on flat Earth, with Flatzoid's latest explanation being that apparently it's caused by lens compression and that zooming in causes the background to drop down.
Okay, so based on this, did changing a lens cause the Earth to curve more?
Yeah.
Weird. So using a higher millimeter lens, aka a larger focal length, causes more foreshortening, so more occultation due to the forced perspective, therefore giving the appearance that things are going over a curve.
Which is odd because supposedly zooming in also pulls objects back from beyond the horizon as well. I don't know, maybe lenses are conscious beings that are feng shuiing each photo. So in this video I'll break down why lens compression isn't really a thing anyway, and why zooming in doesn't magically drop the background down. And don't worry if you're not particularly photography savvy, I'll try and keep it as straightforward and as easy to follow as Squarespace does for those who aren't savvy with creating websites. Because Squarespace makes creating a website so
Okay. So this is where we have to stop this crazy maniac, because everybody wants to earn $1. I understand that. Easy done, easy do. Still hasn't actually shown cover it yet. All you can do is I really want to find some motherfucker. I really do. This guy don't work. Simon there don't work. It literally is nobody. Mr. Sensible. There's none. It's actually none. It's really sad, actually, now that I think of it. It's just really bloody sad. There's actually nobody. There's not a single scientific go-to place that I could go to right now that could prove this spherical Earth. There's not one. I'll do another Google search. I'll try hard. Spherical evidence. Spherical shape of the Earth, right? Wikipedia. Oh, money. Sorry to interrupt, but it's 275. Anybody got 275 to spend? We'll go back one. We'll see what's the next best imperative. 7 ways to prove the Earth is round without launching a satellite. I think I need to learn the way to learn. What do they call that? It's called share screen. That ain't gonna work either. Jeez. Getting a little bit crooked and yeah, I agree with you, sea lighting, man. But the dude always has his dog. That is weird. Can't find another way. Right out. Where am I going to find though? Like, damn, it sucks. They all be good to find one that could come on live. That would be interesting. But it'd have to be a glamour. Right out. I'm gonna think again. I think I did that one already. Dave McKeegan. Just click on videos. And it'll say just got to find one random one, I reckon. Gas pressure vacuum. Right out. Sweet. That'll do. Perfect. However, I'm going to take that. And then just think about putting it into my thing. Let's download. Get link and continue. Hang on. Fuck, I should hit download. Let's see. Let's see. It might work. Might work. Vent. Hard to find. Fuck. I haven't caught it again. Gravity. We'll try that. We'll see what happens.
Hope you're doing well, and thanks for joining us for
Doing
another
great.
video. One of the most common flat earth arguments that gets put forward against the globe is the notion that we apparently can't just be there in space without some sort of a container holding the atmosphere in, otherwise it would just escape off into space. Now, the globe answer to that is, of course, gravity. That the mass of Earth attracts everything else around it that also has mass, and that includes gas molecules. To which flat earthers say gravity isn't real and we can't prove it's actually there.
Yeah, I actually think I've done this one. It's very disappointing. All right, I'll try one more time. It's fucking hard. Jeez, damn, god, damn, gosh, and stuff. What if I had tried? No, we don't want to do that. Shh. Dave Keegan. Man, I feel really bad for doing this so poorly. Eventually, the answer comes to me. So what do? We go, shut up. It's not even Dave Keegan. It's there. Put the mouse in the right spot. We'll do. What it's supposed to do. Then eventually it'll go to 5 years. Should create a copy. Should create a paste, which will create a download, and we'll click get back to fucking whatever we were on. Which isn't even it. So we can start from scratch. I think. What if we went to try that? What's his name? F. on his channel. And then to live. This one. Copy that, and then we'll go to here, and we'll go paste, download that. Say get link. Yeah. This is what we're doing because it's Christmas. It's downloading. Please be patient. Still converting. We're good with that. Because this will be a big reveal. I can guarantee it. Have got it. Oh. Still got it. Watch this, McToon. Watch this, McToon. Watch this. Beautiful. Shows you what a piece of fucking shit that you are. Yeah, cool. It says now finished. Now I can download. That will take a couple of seconds. I will put this into my. Oh, you have to put save as. For the. Oh, not that one. You're kidding me. Like the Rumpus one. Not that again. No, I thought this was one against. No, this was on against Toon. Toon, the biggest loser in the universe. We can do it a bit at a time. It's all good. We'll just go back to our little thing here.
Except we can, but that's going to be a separate video. I mean, it's not like Gravity's using Atlas VPN to pretend it's somewhere that it's not. Atlas VPN reroutes your data through its secure servers around the world to make people think you're in a different location and help keep prying eyes at bay. And thanks to the fact that you can...
I reckon that's pretty awesome, the way that he can actually pull that out of his ass and make that seem that's real. That's pretty fucking clever. But, you know, fuck yeah. Fucking unbelievable, actually. What was that file I was trying to download? I'll just call it this one for today, and we'll work with it, and we'll get back to it, obviously.
Any of you watched my annihilation of flat earther David Weiss?
Yeah, sorry, this is not the one I intended to find. I will find the proper one in a second. I can't help it that I've had a couple of beers. It's just the way it goes. That's not it. It's crazy. Is it this one? I am really sorry. It's like shit. I'm fucking pissed off my head. And let's see what this one says.
Hope you're doing well, and thanks for joining us for another video. One of the most common flat Earth arguments that gets put forward against the globe is the notion that we apparently...
Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, forgive me. I'm seriously trying to look to find them. What the fuck was I trying to download in the first place, man? Oh, chat. None of you guys are any fucking hell. Jeez. Okay. I know I was looking for something. I'll try another gun. Easy. Something I just downloaded recently. That would help. See what happens here. I bet it's the same thing.
Or domain, then check out today's sponsor, Squarespace.
It's the same fucking thing, man. That's not what I meant. I'll try one more time. Let's see.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing well, and thanks for joining us for another video. And this is actually a video that has been very highly requested in response to Flatzoid, who seems to think he knows more about photography than photographers.
Seriously?
So highly requested, in fact, that even Flatzoid himself has asked I do it.
Great. So Dave McKeegan, would you please do this with a further observation, please? Maybe do a 10 meter or 60 meter, doesn't matter.
Okay, it's definitely not the one I was after. Let's don't know which one to delete. Fucking video file. Come on, man. Fucking hell. It's definitely got to be one of these. For fuck's sake. Okay. I give up. I give up. Let's listen to this wanker instead.
Some of you may be aware of my recent foray into the Flat Earth community, most notably with this lengthy response to the Globe Busters. For about 2 months now, the comments section of that video has been a consistent hotbed of activity, with hundreds of Flat Earthers stopping by to share their...
Yeah, we still hate you. Fuck you. fuck you up the ass. Jeez. This really sucks. I actually had one more video to introduce. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. The fun part is fucking up the ass.